Brother Gideon, man, Brother King Noble made an excellent point when he was talking about the youth asserting themselves, the youth stepping into their destiny as being the leaders and things of that. As an elder and the elder on the panelists, and one that I always glad to have here, kind of keep a balance and to give us some feedback off of on a lot of things. What do you say that? What do you say about the youth asserting themselves and taking that position? And then with them doing that, what is the role of our elders in that transformation or in that transition?
No, that's a heavy question, and I really wanted to be kind of follow up and hear you young people, but I'll come in here and jump in briefly. You know, when I see the youth, I see the legacy of our ancestors, and I see the future of our people. But I also see, because of indoctrination, because of the media and the infiltration of our people, the acceptance of white supremacy, and they have unfortunately resounded with the issue of violence because we've been saturated with violence. Whether it's video games, whether it's our people trying to follow the white master through the civil rights agenda, we saw violence. So our children have been saturated with violence to the point where we become desensitized to violence. And as a result of being desensitized, we talk about domestic violence is at an all-time high. And the issue of domestic violence is at really the core element of our community being able to come together. Because if you can't come together in the household, mama and daddy, then you ain't gonna come together in the street.
In the neighborhood.
You understand?
That's right.
So the issue of our children, it has to do with spiritual power. Because we are being set up for a big killing. Because our children have become gangsters, whores, pimps, confidence men and women, liars, thieves, and thugs. And that mentality, along with the innocence that we once had, has been touted all over the world where they think it's going to be a righteous kill to destroy us. They just don't know who we are as a people and that there are spiritual powers beyond their understanding that are protecting us. But the image that the world has been shown is that we deserve death. And quite honestly, with a lot of the things that we're doing to each other and selling each other out, that is exactly what we deserve. Well, first I want to speak again to the leadership of the youth, and I believe that ultimately the children of the Most High will be the leaders that He would have them to be. He said He was going to take the base things to confound the things that are in power and the ones who think they are wise. When we talk about the indoctrination,
so the Israelites gonna run stuff in.
The creator is already running things.
Okay, I'm just checking, man, because that sounds a lot like ISIS.
See, the reality of our position in this country has to do with the spiritual power and the prophecies concerning our people. The issue of violence is something I don't say that violence is not going to be a component of our ultimate overthrow of this country. I do say, however, that the violence will come from a higher power, and that's why prophetically it was said that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. When we talk about the children protecting the state-sponsored buildings, it's because of blindness, miseducation. It's because that there have been infiltrators and the collaborators with the oppressors, and also agent provocateurs who have helped to guide our people because of the breakdown of the family. See, again, it comes right back to the household. And systematically, the European, through the mindset, have turned our women against the men and the men against the women. And they did that through taking the man out of the house through government programs.
Talk about it.
So at the end of the day, we're looking at something that's happened over almost 100 years of indoctrination, the corporate interest through the media. So again, our children are gonna ultimately, there's a great sacrifice getting ready to take place. We're getting ready to die in large numbers, and our people don't realize it. We still gangster and talking a lot of big talk. Like you said, we don't have any physical weapons. That's why they're trying to instigate the fight. And they're killing our children right in front of our face. What we're seeing in Ferguson, Missouri is the King Alfred plan. That's one of the things that my beloved brother, warrior, soldier, Mark Johnson revealed, that he was looking. And see, we talked about the King Alfred plan, which is a legitimate government project to quell insurrection and to be put in place in the event of circumstances, just like what we see.
Right.
That's why they brought the military
Yes.
in. King Alfred Plan, Rex 84, Patriot Act. They have so many acts in the government that they have prepared themselves for what they are urging on, and that's war against our people. Well, see, that's the whole point. And what you were saying, see, we've seen throughout our history, whether it was Auburn Avenue, whether it was Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we've shown the world we know how to build as a community.
We built America.
Every time we built it, they tore it down.
Come on.
So the problem has to do with what is it that we're trying to build as black nationalists. I'm a black nationalist as a Hebrew, but the Hebrew community has a focus that's beyond man's.
You're a theocrat, Gideon.
I'm a theocrat. Man's ability to take land and keep land. But guess what? The problem that we have has to do with land as well. Because here we were taken from our land, which is what you were saying about not knowing our identity. And now the scripture says we're going to go back to our land. But what did they tell you? They tell you they don't want you to leave. But then they go out and put a virus in the very countries that we came from, that they started, so that you will be afraid to leave. So that you damned if you do, and you damned if you don't.
Our people here in America are a special breed of people. We're not like any other people in the world.
Let me say this about the elders. See, you got old gangsters, and unfortunately, we gangster amongst ourselves. See, you got leaders like Al Sharpton. Al is one just a few months older than me. But you got leaders like the minister, you got all these older leaders, but they have people around them that don't allow the young people to come up because they want that adoration. They want that power. And it's just like Muhammad Ali never wanting to let the ring go because you get all of that. And that was why, and that's why in our little group that we don't have any one leader. Our leader is the Most High. Everybody in the group is a leader. And that's what we're seeing in this collective right here. We're all leaders in this group. And therefore, as a collective, it isn't that we haven't had the understanding of how to build communities to protect our people, but you're under a slave master that brought you over here as a slave, and he want to destroy you. His manifesto is to destroy you.
That's a fact.
So without us having the ability to extricate ourselves from it, then you're left. Not that we don't have the ability to educate, communicate, prepare, feed ourselves, but we've been forced into this because we're still enslaved.
I understand that. She's got time to free yourself.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. It's time to free yourself. But what is free?